refill money to be feel comfortable.
All right, good evening and welcome to the third and fourth grade spring musical. The students that are about to perform here on stage have worked really hard to put this production together, and it certainly takes courage to perform in front of others, and I'm very proud of their hard work, both third and fourth grade. In tonight's show, we will take a journey back in time, thousands of years ago, as students reenact highlights of the ancient Greek myth, Theseus and the Minotaur. Watch and listen as Theseus rescues young Athenians intended for sacrifice from the Minotaur, who has the head of a bull and a body of a man. The Minotaur lives in the middle of a dizzying labyrinth on the island of Crete. Ariadne, the clever daughter of King Minos, helps Theseus defeat the Minotaur with a map of the labyrinth and a ball of twine. The timeless nature of Greek myths speak to our hearts and souls. Theseus and the Minotaur is a tale of high drama, of heroes and heroines, the sad farewells, the gripping suspense of the battle scene, and playful, joyful songs express a broad range of human emotion. In tonight's performance, you will experience acting, dancing, whole group singing, and small group singing, instrumental ensemble work, and visual enhancements that will help make this story come to life. So, without further ado, we now turn to an ancient Greek song that is just over 2,000 years old. It is considered to be the oldest surviving piece of written music in human history. It was carved in an ancient tombstone, and much like music from the time period, it consists of a series of fragmented phrases. Please enjoy the third grade whole group and small group singing of Epitaph of Seikilos.
Sundays final, maiden hollow, ceiling blue, rosa lake on his titos and totelos of chronos aparte. Sundays final, maiden hollow, ceiling blue, rosa lake on his titos and totelos of chronos aparte. Sundays final, maiden hollow, ceiling blue, rosa lake on his titos and totelos of chronos aparte. Sundays final, maiden hollow, ceiling blue, rosa lake on his titos and totelos of chronos aparte. Sundays final, maiden hollow, ceiling blue, rosa lake on his titos and totelos of chronos aparte. It is barely dawn at the port of Athens, with sailors, fishermen, merchants, workers, and passengers. Happy, busy sounds of people enjoying the work fill the seaport. Ancient Greek music echoes in the background of the city. The port of Athens is busy this morning, my child.
Yes, and so cheerful, Mother.
It wasn't always so, my child. Long ago, in the days of your great-grandparents, this glorious port was a stage for a sad ritual.
How so, Mother?
Athens were not as independent as they are now. King Minos from the land of Crete ruled the lands, the seas, and us. Every few years, King Minos demanded that 7 young maidens and 7 young men be shipped to his palace at Knossos. The poor innocents were then sacrificed to a terrible monster, the Minotaur, who had the body of a man but the head of a fearsome bull.
What? Sacrifice to a monster that has the head of a bull?
Yes, horns and all. Believe it or not, this monster lived right under the palace itself, right in the middle of a labyrinth. If the monster did not eat you, the labyrinth was so long and complicated that no one could ever find their way out.
What? How horrible!
But do you know how all of this changed? Do you know who changed this?
Theseus. It could only be Theseus, he who united all the city-states of Greece. Tell me the story of long ago. Mother, please.
Well, one morning in the times of your ancestors, in this exact spot, here in the port of Athens. It is a tragic scene, echoing from the processions and streets and temples, the sound of the most ancient Greek music ever, discovered in folk a solemn mood and all gathered at the port. Near a black-sailed ship, citizens say farewell to the weeping youth King Aegis, the king of very ancient Athens, and Theseus, his son, the strong and brave hero, are having a conversation. Oh, dear son,
I beg you to reconsider this plan of yours to slay the Minotaur. Stay with me. Let us rule this city together. Don't leave me now.
I must sail, my father. O great and beloved King of Athens, please give me your blessing. I am able in body and in mind to slay the Minotaur and free Athenians' youth from this brutal tribute forever. My conscience will not let me do otherwise. I will not stay here, father. Give me your blessing.
My dearest son, you are so determined and so stubborn. Ah, you are noble. You have earned the title Prince of Athens. My heart is heavy with sorrow.
Board this ship with its blackened sails, I cannot make you stay. O my son, Poseidon, back to me.
Goodbye, father. You would be proud of me.
Many sad hours have passed for Athenians' youth. Their hopes lie with Theseus.
But even he is troubled by the challenges that he will soon face. His sword has been taken from him. How will he fight this vicious, hungry monster? With his bare hands?
Now they reached the mountainous island of Crete, home of the Minoan civilization, home of the beautiful and elaborate palace of Knossos, a multi-storied palace of over 1,500 rooms covering 22,000 square meters. A palace full of temples, throne rooms, and residences. A palace whose walls are covered with the most exquisite frescoes of the Mediterranean, of frolicking dolphins, tumbling acrobats, musicians, and gardens.
A palace demanding the most talented craftsmen and decorative art. The The very center of a high culture spreads its influence all over the Mediterranean to coastal cities and deep into the mainland of Greece.
Gnosis, home to the vengeful King Minos.
And what lies beneath this splendid palace? A dark, twisting labyrinth. 7 turns in and 7 turns out. Its foul passageways littered with debris and reeking of despair, hopelessness, and death.
And what lies at the very center of this tortured circuit? The home of a misguided creature that devours all innocence. The shame of Gnosis, the Minotaur.
Now see these youths in the port near Gnosis, with Theseus leading the way. They are paraded eyes to the ground through the waiting crowd. Among these compassionate observers, the daughter of King Minos, Ariadne, who notices Theseus at once.
Not only does he hold his head up high, she is attracted by his demeanor and confidence. Their eyes meet, she slightly communicates to him that she's on their side. She will help. He is not afraid of her powerful father. He nods slightly, acknowledging this silent understanding.
After nightfall, Ariadne visits Theseus in his cell.
It is I, Ariadne, daughter of the king, come to help you slay the Minotaur and escape.
Ariadne, the young woman from the port? How can you help me? Do you have a weapon?
No, I have a map of the maze. See? 7 times the long passageway will twist and turn until you reach where the Minotaur sleeps. It'll be pitch dark and foul.
And I have a ball of twine, strong and well made. Should you want to use it, I'll hold one end and you can unwind it as you go. After you kill the Minotaur, and I know you will, you'll have little trouble finding your way back to the entrance as you follow this twine. Is this useful to you?
Yes, Ariadne, yes, a perfect plan. And I will use my hands to wrestle the monster and slay him. Yet, are you not betraying your father?
I will no longer be the daughter of a cruel and despotic king. Take me off this accursed island, Theseus. I yearn for my freedom.
And that I promise you will have. And now let us free the others.
Theseus, Ariadne, and the Athenians stand at the entrance gate of the labyrinth. Ariadne hands him the ball of twine.
Be off now, Theseus. May Poseidon guide you and protect you. Know that I hold this end tightly.
Farewell, dearest friend Ariadne. I will return victorious. Goodbye, dear friends and companions of Athens. I shall return victorious.
Theseus, good luck!
Theseus trembles with exhaustion and relief. His mission is accomplished. He follows the twine easily through the complex passageways and is soon greeted by the light of early day as it streams into the entrance. He climbs the stairs exhausted and battle-worn and is greeted by his friends, fresh, clear air, and the warm, bright dawn.
Yeah, Theseus!
Oh, Theseus, you did it. We're free to leave this island.
Let's go quickly, for the guards are alerted.
To the harbor and home!
They all rush off to the waiting ship where the cheers of sailors greet them.
On board, everyone.
Goodbye, island of my youth. Goodbye. return to the busy port of ancient Athens in the golden age of Greece. Ancient music filters through the busy port.
So did Ariadne and Theseus and all the others return safely?
There's more to the story, my child, but we will have to stop there. I will tell you the rest later.
And didn't Theseus unite all of Greece and have many more adventures?
Yes. And we have the Geronos dance in honor of the story, a beautiful labyrinth dance from the islands of Delos. You have much to learn about our ancient past, child, but let us go home now.
Well, it definitely takes a village to put a show like this together, so I have a few thank yous. First, a big thank you to Miss Amley and Miss Sutat for their support of the music program, and especially Miss Sutat, a big, huge help. Ms. Sutat, a huge help. Thank you for helping to transport and load all of the instruments the other day. Thank you very much. Big thank you to Mr. Beck for your help with the stage setup, the audio, the lighting, and the general use of the Dollinger Theater. Thank you. Thank you to Ms. Ossenmacher, Ms. Holzenbach, Ms. Lester, and Mr. McGoran for all of their help with the rehearsals the past couple days. A big shout out to Ms. Moorfield and her art students for providing the awesome artwork you see here. It took a lot of time, so we appreciate that. And not only did it take a lot of time out of art class, but it really, I think, helped add to the spirit and character of our show. Thank you to Ms. Rosario for making the two Greek pillars you see on either side. Thank you to all of the Huff classroom and enrichment teachers for their flexibility with scheduling. I really appreciate you allowing us the time to put this all together. Thank you. A big thank you to Vicki Hall and all the parent and faculty volunteers that helped getting the costumes and the props together. Thank you. Thank you to you families for coming tonight and supporting your children in their artistic journeys. So how about one more round of applause for 3rd and 4th grade students? And if it's okay with you all, I would love to do our last song one more time as an encore. You guys up for that? All right, let's do it one more time.